Hey makers, in this episode I'm going to explain one interesting term in the world of AI when we start any AI journey. Most of the time we are using the Copilot Studio here and there, but we are confused around two important concepts over there. What is agentic AI and what is AI agent? Most of the time we are being confused over that. Let me clear out that confusion with the example over here so you can understand it in more better way. So let's get started with today's session agenda. Today we will start around the how the overall AI chat agents are evolved with regards to time. We'll discuss that. Then we'll talk about in detail what exactly this AI agent is all about. What is agentic AI, and we'll do the side by side comparison of agentic AI versus AI agent. Also, we will try to understand that with regards to Copilot Studio around these two terminology. And at the end, we will conclude why this matters to understand these two terminologies in depth. So let's get started. So traditionally, this is how the chatbot evolves with the times. So initially, it was called as a chatbot, which is just doing simple Q&A for your question and answer. So whatever question that you are asking to your agent, it look at the knowledge sources or it do the web searches and basically giving you the answer. It is low autonomy. Then it evolved one more step further. It's called as an AI agent. So AI agent is basically goal specific. So their goal is defined. Let's say for an example, if I'm creating IT help desk agent, the goal is defined for IT help desk. Basically, the goal is to create the support ticket, or if there are any question around the status of the ticket and all, it is able to answer those things out over there. So that is called as an AI agent. I try to explain as much as with the example so that you can relate it more. And at the end, it has evolved with agentic AI. So what agentic AI does is basically agentic AI is like a manager for any specific task. They know that who is an expert into that area. So basically transfer that query to the appropriate person, then combine the result and finally do the complete task without having much more human activity involved into that. Exactly how it's going to work, let's have a look with some sort of more example over here. But this is how the AI agent journey evolved with regards to time. So initially started with chatbot, then AI agent, and then agentic AI. Now, what exactly the AI agent is doing and what exactly agentic AI will do? Let's try to understand that. So this is a textbook definition of the AI agent. So it's a single program that can perceive its situation, decide what to do, and take the action to finish specific task. So AI agent is basically goal oriented. It uses the tools, it works on the defined scope, and it will give you the information only when you trigger it. For an example, just want to give one example like book me a room for 3 p.m. Let's say, for an example, you are giving this type of prompt to your AI agent. At the time, its goal is to book a meeting, right? So basically, it receives the task, it perceives the information, and depending on the situation, do the reasoning that what needs to be do as a next, and finally it will act on that. But it has still a limited knowledge of booking a ticket. When you are asking any question out of context for that AI agent, it will not able to handle that situation. Now now let's try to understand agentic AI in detail. First of all, let me talk about the textbook definition of agentic AI, what exactly it is all about. So, agentic AI is nothing but an AI system that can make the decision and take the action on its own to achieve a certain goal without being told exactly what to do on every step. I'm just trying to explain you that with real example over here. Consider an example that a manager, like a lead agent that breaks the goal into the part and delegate to its specialist. So let's say for an example, you have given some complex task to your agent to perform. Then what it does, it basically orchestrate, which means that it plans and then delegate it to the appropriate agent. So let's say for an example, many times you have observed this situation when you are using Claude Code, or maybe when you are using even ChatGPT's Codex, or when you have used the GitHub Copilot, that you open your code repository, then you make any prompt. So basically it start orchestrating, it start planning around, and according to that, internally it call the other expert agent that is connected over there. So it can be any research related thing, any action that needed to perform, and finally it perform the overall review. And basically the agentic AI talks to each other, share the progress and adopt, and no one scripts every step. So basically the combined result is something which you can see as your final step. So that's an example of agentic AI. Nowadays, many agentic AI examples are available and you are already using it in your day-to-day activity. So perfect example is GitHub Copilot or Codex, or GPT's uh, Codex. So this is something which you can consider as a part of your understanding perspective. Now let's try to understand what makes something really agentic. So far, different concepts are there in the world of agent, right? So we have seen RAG-based chatbot, which is reactive, but doesn't have the tool, reasoning, planning, and proactivity. But when you are using tool-augmented chatbot, it's basically reactive. It uses tools as well, but no reasoning, planning, and proactively. But in agentic AI, it covers everything. It's reactive, it uses tools, it do the reasoning, it do planning, and of course, proactively it will behave. Now, let's try to understand some real world example of the AI agent as well as agentic AI side by side. Simple word, don't get yourself too much confused over there, right? AI agent is like considered as an employee which has the limited set of information, and based on information that they know, based on that they are performing the task. And agentic AI just consider as a manager who has a in-depth knowledge around that specific spectrum, and they can navigate their problem to the different departments, gather the information, talk to each other, and basically finally giving you the end result without even so much interruption. Now, let me talk about some of the examples over here. So any virtual assistant that you are creating in Copilot Studio, or if you are using any other tool, non-Microsoft tool, any virtual assistant is a perfect example of AI agents. Any IT automation bot or support chatbots that you are preparing, that's an example of the AI agents. Now, what's the example of agentic AI? So, any kind of supply chain system or virtual project manager or process orchestration that you are building, and when you are having multiple connected agent with main agent, that is basically a considering, you can consider that as an agentic AI in action. Okay. Now, the thing is that AI agent is basically perform one specific task for which it's been designed. And again, the agentic AI scope is a little bit more. Usually a single agent can be AI agent, and this is a combination of many agent which can be orchestrated. Uh, Automation is basically like it executes and you decide the step, and over here it make the decision that okay, exactly when to uh, flow your request. I'm just giving you simple example. Let's say for an example, you are a travel company and you are serving the different countries for visa. Let's say you are having visa agent for one country, you are having one visa agent like USA. Another country, Australia, there is a separate visa agent. So what happens is when someone is asking me that okay, I want to apply for a PR in Sydney, then that agentic AI make the decision that okay, this question I need to transfer to my Australia visa agent, and from there I need to grab the answer and need to give you the end result over here. So that's an example of perfect agentic AI. Um, AI agent is basically reactive. Of course, it require a prompt, and basically, agentic AI doesn't require any prompt. It depends what type of question, and automatically that whole conversation start happening. So any kind of repeatable job, you can do it with the AI agent. Any kind of complex training workflow, you can simply build it up with the agentic AI. Okay. So simply in one line, AI agent is building block. Agentic AI is the system built from that. Now, let's try to understand this terminology with regards to Copilot Studio. So in Copilot Studio as well, you can build both the type of agent, simple agent and autonomous agent. So generally, let's say for an example, consider an example of FAQ chatbot that you are building with the Copilot Studio. That's an example of AI agent. So it basically grounded on your SharePoint or any other document library, or maybe if you have any knowledge sources, it get the information from there. It is giving you the answer. So it's reactive, one task, and it basically wait when it is to be asked. Now, another example is autonomous agent. So, which doesn't require too much human involvement or too much steps, and it follow the complete instruction by its own. So it's basically trigger based. So let's say for an example, you are having complete onboarding process when someone new is hired. You want to completely autonomously activate certain set of things like creating an account, assigning the license, a welcome email, and basically if there is something wrong, involve the human in the loop. Let's say you want to build this complete end-to-end process for yourself. So you are doing triggering, planning, acting, follow-upping, and setting up the guardrail. So that entire thing is to be done in a more autonomous way. So that is an example of autonomous agent or agentic AI. We can say it out over here. Okay, so reasoning plus planning plus which tool to use plus proactively, and again, like on each step keep human as well in the loop. So that's completely agentic. All right. So why in today's generation agentic AI more matters? Because you can do the complete end-to-end automation. Gone are those days when you are just asking the question and you are getting the answer. And when you need the cross-team coordination and you want to scale and resilience, at the time agentic AI really matters a lot. So that's it for today. These are the key takeaways from today's session. Thank you so much for watching this episode. Also, one more important announcement. We are starting our new Copilot Studio batch from 23rd of July, Thursday. If you are interested about that, check out the link available in the description box. You can join that live training program with me and lots of cool AI content we are going to learn over there. More information of that course is available on our website www.powerplatformtrainings.com, or check out the description box. There I'm providing my WhatsApp link as well. You can just click on that and you will get more detailed full course curriculum, fee information, everything on your inbox. And if you are looking for any other Power Platform training, you can also check it out on our website over there. Also on this channel we are having premium membership also enabled, so 3 courses are available at this point, which you can completely access it out, and the pricing for premium membership is less than a medium size of pizza pricing over that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm having it for today. With that note, this is Dhruvin signing off. See you in the next episode with some amazing content. Till then, have a great day. Goodbye.